Hey you guys, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I'm Jess and we are in my kitchen, so we are definitely going to be doing some cooking. I thought I would bring you along and show you my favorite pesto recipe and my favorite Caesar salad. This is all like homemade stuff, make from scratch, and it's really easy and super delicious. I'm going to show you how I do everything, and it's not a lot of ingredients, it's not a lot of time. I have made this one time like on a whim, just like I had all of the ingredients, and I'm pretty sure I was able to do this within like half an hour because you just throw the water to like boil the pasta. So while that's like you're waiting for your water to boil, you can make the pesto, you can make the salad. Like once it's like you throw your pasta in the water, it all just kind of comes together really quickly, and it's really delicious. So I'm going to be showing you my recipe for Caesar salad and for pesto. For the Caesar salad, this is everything that you're going to need. It's really not too many things. Because I'm gluten-free and lazy, I don't actually add croutons. I could just like make my own and like toast my own bread and whatnot, but I just don't bother. To be honest, even before I was gluten-free, I didn't like croutons because when you poke at them, they just kind of fly all over the place or break apart. So this is everything you need. Okay, so to start off, I'm just gonna peel my garlic. I really like garlic, so I use a pretty large piece, but obviously if you don't want such an intense flavor, use a smaller piece. So I just slice it up very thinly so that it's easier to like mash up. And you could obviously do this on like a cutting board if that makes you feel safer. Take your time if you're doing it this way so you don't cut yourself. Okay. All right, so there's my garlic. And now I'm using this coarse sea salt. Kosher salt or any kind of like larger salt will work perfectly. And I just kind of rough estimate it. So I have a teaspoon here. And I'm doing about 3/4 teaspoon. And I'm not sure if you can really tell, but not all of it is like filling in. So I do like roughly like this kind of looks like 3/4, but some did fall in here already. So yeah, I'm just like eyeballing it. So just toss that on. And then I like shake it up so that the garlic gets coated with the salt and it makes it easier to like mash up. So now I'm just gonna take, I don't know, is this the motor and this is a pesto or the other way around? I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna start mashing. You just wanna mash it until you get a nice paste. Just like a rough paste, doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And now I like to add anchovies. And I like to add 3 or 4 anchovies. 1, 2. This one's kind of a big monster, so I'm just gonna add 3 this time. But if it's a little bit smaller, I would do 4. And then again, I'm just gonna mash it in. All right, so I'm done mashing it now. And it looks like that. It's like a good pasty texture. Then I just use my little knife that I used earlier to wipe everything off here. Okay, now I'm just gonna be separating my egg yolk from egg white. So I just have a little bowl here for the egg white. So you see how like the egg has this little like booger thing? I just use my finger and I press it against the shell here to like cut it off. Because I don't know, I try to not have the little booger. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just, you know, not that pretty. So I have this here and I'm just gonna drop the egg yolk in. Nice little flop. Just gonna cut my lemon in half. And I'm just gonna squeeze this lemon juice. So I think this is probably roughly around maybe like 2 tablespoons worth of lemon juice. Just to make sure I get all of the juice. And I lost 2 little seeds here. I'm gonna pluck those babies out. Get rid of them. There we go. Now I'm just gonna take my tiny whisk and mix that all in. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this sit for around like 2 to 3 minutes. I'm just gonna let like the acidity of the lemon like cook the egg yolk. And then while this is hanging out, that's when I wash my lettuce leaves. So that's 1.5 heads of like romaine lettuce. It's fairly large, but we like large salads. So if you like big salads, this is enough for 2 people, but it definitely goes like for 4 people for sure, just smaller salads. Okay, so now it's been sitting here for a good few, I don't know, 3-4 minutes. It doesn't take too long to like rinse off lettuce. Okay, so now I squirt in, I like to use Dijon mustard. So here's my teaspoon. And again, I just kind of eyeball it and I do around like a 3/4 full. So like that. Nice little sploop. And then I add my olive oil. I think in the video, the way he adds it is like, I think he uses a cup and it's like a 1/4 cup amount and he slowly pours it in. I don't do that. I just don't think that's like a necessary step to like slowly trickle it in. I just add 3 tablespoons and like, it's fine. I just mix it vigorously after and it's like totally fine. So there's 1, 2, 3. So right now it's like very obviously like separated and then I just mix it. I just mix it in and it eventually just combines. And then that's the dressing. Super easy peasy, very, very easy, very, very delicious. I know the lighting's like absolutely terrible, but that's okay. This is not about me or my face, it's about the food. So this is the dressing now. It's done, it's good to go. I have made this like a couple of hours in advance and I just leave it in here like this and I put it in the fridge. And then when I'm ready to dress the salad, I just give it a quick stir and then pour it on and toss the salad. That's what I'm gonna do tonight because my husband still isn't home from work yet. I'm just kind of like getting everything ready for when he actually is on his way, and then I'll put it all together and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so I am ready to dress my salad now. So this is what the dressing looks like now. It's gotten a bit thick. Just sitting in the fridge, so I'm just gonna give it a little mix. I like to use a spatula to make sure I get everything and put it in. All right, so now I have my cheese and I do a tablespoon per salad. All right, so this is everything that I use to make my pesto sauce. It's super easy, super delicious, super good. Yeah, all you need is some pistachios, fresh basil. I couldn't find like a basil plant because I guess it's just like not that time of year. And unfortunately, I am not a great gardener, so I could not keep mine alive. So I bought this basil. You need some parm, some lemon juice, preferably from a fresh lemon, salt, extra virgin olive oil, and a little bit of pepper. This is the recipe that I use, but I'm actually making half of this amount. This makes enough for like 4 servings, but I only need 2. I'm gonna be using a food processor, just because it makes my life easier. It's like heaping. 1, 2, 1, 2. Go. I'm making half the recipe, so this is like 1.5. And then I just kind of cut it so that it blends easier. Barely any pepper. So this is about 1 cup and I'm just going to wash it now. And now I'm just gonna let it mix it all up. This is what it looks like. I'm just gonna give it a little taste and see if it needs more salt or lemon. It's good. I'm actually just gonna blend it a little more though. All right, and there is our beautiful pesto. It is absolutely delicious, and I definitely think that you should try it out. Okay guys, so that is everything. These recipes are super easy and super quick and just like really delicious. I make the pesto generally about once a month, if not like more frequently, especially in like the spring and summer when you can get basil all the time. I did have my own like potted basil plants, but they didn't survive the winter. So I was finally able to get my hands on some. It's just like this loose one. I'm gonna trim the bottom and put it in a cup of water, and then they'll sprout roots. So I'm gonna plant these guys later. So hopefully they will survive and I will have another potted basil plant so that I can make pesto all the time. So I really enjoy this pesto recipe, and I really love the Caesar salad. I always pair them together because they're both like lemony and garlicky, which are like my favorite ingredients. So this is definitely one of my favorite meals, and it's super, super easy to make. If you guys try this out, definitely leave me a comment below. I would love to know if you loved it, if you did some changes of your own, or you know, like leave me your favorite pesto recipe or like Caesar salad or any recipe that you think is like delicious and that I should try. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. Bye. Oh, that is a lot of light. Maybe I'll turn that off. Okay guys, so that is everything. This is I make it the pesto. This pesto is the best.